everyone, and welcome to today's game of KCC against KIS. This will be a very tough game, if I must say. KCC beat KIS last time they played. It was a tough match, it was pretty equal, but KCC did get the win, and now here's the rematch. This is a very important game to KIS. Vincent, have Vincent here joining me today with the broadcast. And they're both great teams, but
I do think that KIS will win this game.
I have KIS on a 5-win streak, so they must win this game to keep their win streak going. And they've won 10 games and lost only one, so it's important that this game is really important for KIS.
They've got that going for them, so with all their experience beforehand, I'm very confident that they will win this game. Right now the teams are rounding up and they're talking about their game plan.
The game will start shortly in about a minute, and we are right here with you for the live broadcast. Got the win here. Sammy with the ball now, passing it to Dallin. Points. Here's KCC with the ball now, trying to get a little aggressive, trying to pass that ball through to catch up right well so they don't get in a hole right from the beginning. But the rebound off the backboard went to Pasha, who passed it to Frane, and now they're moving across the court. There's a little confusion on the court now for who's going to have the ball, but the ball was supposed to go to KIS, and it did go to KIS. Although the teams match up pretty well size-wise, KCC is a much older team. They are a college, and they're also a much more professional team. As you can tell by their jerseys, they have customized jerseys with their names on it. But KIS really wants this win, and they are in their territory. Ball going to KIS now. So again, the KCC players, KIS Communication College, are much older, much stronger, also probably much more experienced, but KIS has the spirit there. Sometimes spirit is all you need.
They have the spirit, but they also have the entire school backing them, which is a big bonus.
That's very important, man. This is a very important game. There's also a lot of audience here cheering the team on. Coach Conover is getting really aggressive here. He's calling out the boys, telling them to slow down a little bit because it looks like they are a little nervous, making sure they don't lose because this is the only game actually. This is the only school they ever lost to, and so it is a very tough game, physically and emotionally. Mentally, I meant. Well, I have both ways. And here's KCC with their first 2 points, making their current score 2-2. Very tense match here, an up-tempo game.
Samuel loses the ball and passes to number 11 from KCC.
He was actually fouled, and Samuel will be getting 2 free shots. And here he is, missing his first one. That was very close though. Oh. And he makes the second one in, making the score 3-2. KCC with the ball slowing the game a little down. Yeah, they don't have to worry that much because, well, they did win last time. But they can't just become more confident all of a sudden. They must believe that KIS practiced a lot more. We played and won a lot more games after the KCC game. And so we're a much more experienced team right now, a much more played together team, a much more teamwork team. So KCC might underestimate us and we might get the win, or it might be the other way around. KIS will be too sure of themselves that they really want to win, and that KIS will underestimate themselves. Well, you never know. You never know how these tense matches are going to go. They can go either way. We apologize for the technical difficulties. Simon with the ball going for a backhander sort of shot. KCC actually KCC seems to be blocking really well. We can get all the shots from KS, all the layups either go into an air ball or just bounce off the rim and go back to KS players or KCC players. Now here was a KCC player, number 11, with an attempted layup, but didn't make it, and Pasha got the ball nicely there. Here's an attempted 3-pointer, but goes way off course, doesn't even touch the rim, and it's ball for KIS. Rane with the ball now. He is a player from Croatia. He's a senior this year, and he'll be graduating this year, and hopefully pursuing his football career. He's also a football player, so it's European football, just in case. But he's also a great basketball player with ranking at 16% efficiency on the player chart. KCC passing the ball around, but having a player in the box for more than 3 seconds, and it's a 3-second violation. Ball going to KIS. KIS doesn't seem to be shooting well from downtown. Maybe they should try shooting a little more from the suburbs, so like from the 3-point line. Layups worked really well for KIS in most games, but sometimes it's just sometimes the defense is way too tight to get in there for the layup. So they should perhaps try a different strategy, try a little more further shots, because KIS is pretty good at them, especially if Marcus gets into the game. That will be the strongest part, probably shots from distance. But we haven't seen him try them yet. So far, it's just going in for the regular layups to make sure the ball goes actually in. And here's Arnes with his first free throw, making a point for KIS, making the current score 4-2 for KIS. he makes this other one, it will be 5-2. And changing the tides and making the score 5-2. KCC with the three-pointer and making it in. That was a beautiful shot, equalizing the game to 5-5. Frane with the ball now, dribbling across the court. Still Frane with the ball. And ball will go to KIS. And will be throwing the ball in. Since I mentioned before how important this game is to KIS. Oh, and here is KCC putting down KIS, and KIS is moving for the first time in this game. Anyways, since I mentioned how important this game is, the entire Cossacks varsity girls basketball team is out there on the bench supporting the team instead of practicing today, because of how important this game is, and it will truly determine the fate of the win streak of KIS, whether they will keep their win streak or whether they'll lose their win streak. Ishan coming in with the free throw, making his first one in, trying to equalize the score here a little. Current score being 7-6. Coming in here with the second shot, hopefully making it in and equalizing the game. And he makes it in. That was a beautiful shot right there. And a beautiful pass. We can hear Coach Curry, I think, yelling, no threes, no threes. So I guess players after all shouldn't be trying to go for the three-pointers. I'm not sure why, but the two.
The problem with the three-pointers is they're too risky of a shot. Even though the outcome might be greater, there are too many risks that you might miss the ball.
Yeah, but also, going up the layup, the defense is really tight. And, we just seem to be blocking every ball. We tried to go for a layup. Current score being 9-7. With only 2 minutes left in this quarter. Definitely a tense quarter. Very equal game. But KS has to block better. They have to block the shots there. And it looked like he was about to get away with the block, but it was called and ball will go to KIS. And timeout. Somebody's taking a timeout here. Mr. Hume playing some cool tunes. Slowly, nice and easy, as Coach Conover suggested here. Actually commanded more like the team. An attempted three-pointer that didn't go in quite well, and an attempted layup that didn't go in either. Now, Derek is more stronger at the layups, but it seems like where he scored 23 points in a single game. 6 out of 9 3-pointers. That was pretty amazing. And it seems like nobody can actually make 3-pointers. Perhaps the stress, it's the nervousness. There's a lot of audience here. It's some great pressure here because after all, KCC did beat KIS once, and after adding on to the players, it's becoming a little visible here. Because that was like 10 opportunities and all of them were missed.
You know, this part in the season, they're so far in that everything that they did before is now at stake. So now their streak is at stake because of KCC.
I agree here with Vincent. The current score being 9-7 still for KIS. And Marcus here making his 3-pointer score 12-7. KIS is up 5 points now, so let's hope that within the next 10 seconds they'll be able to keep this lead in this quarter. And it looks like unless KCC will score right now within the next few seconds, KIS will get the lead, and KIS here with the 5-point lead going into the second quarter. We'll be back to you, live commentary for the second quarter. KCC is here finishing up a little discussion, but the second quarter is about to start. Here KCC taking the ball, trying to catch up on those 5 points, 5 very important points to KIS. For audience that just tuning in, the current score 12-7 for KIS, a 5-point lead for KIS. This is a very important lead as KCC is the team that beat KIS only one in their 10 games of winning and 1 game of losing right against this team. Very tense game for KIS. KIS is a little nervous, but that is to be expected with a huge amount of fans supporting here today, and also because it's a very high stakes game. Talking about high stakes, if you haven't heard yet, there's a dance coming up on January 29th. Secondary Stuco dance, Casino Royale, a high stakes casino game, but at the same time a dance. So look out for posters, look out for information, and be sure to join in. Also, the basketball boys Cossacks team is planning a daddy-daughter dance for Valentine's Day. So if you haven't gotten your ticket yet, go get your tickets. Tickets are 500 hryvnia per couple. And it is a great opportunity for daughters to bond with their fathers. And there's also a Soft Monkey Saturday coming up on January 30th. Those tickets are 200 hryvnia each, and you'll be given socks, and fillings, and stuffings, and you'll be able to make your own Soft Monkey. The whole school is invited to these events, so do not think that they're secondary events, but they are organized by the basketball team. score being 12-9. KCC scored 2 points here. Not much happening in the second quarter. First quarter was definitely a much more eventful quarter. We were after only 2 minutes into the quarter, but still not much happening.
KCC scores, bringing the score to 12-9.
We're having a little technical issues right here, but the score appears to be 12-9, although KCC did just score. I'm not sure what's going on here. Also, we apologize for the bad quality audio here. I'm not sure what's going on with that.
Scores a penalty shoot.
He makes his first 3 shot in, making the lead to 4 points again. 13-9 the current score, with only 5 minutes and 50 seconds left in this quarter.
He makes his second shot, bringing the score to 14-9.
And we are back at the 5-point lead for KIS.
Now the score is 17-9.
We have a shout out to Mr. Morgan and the Morgan family who's watching this broadcast on the other side of the world. And yeah, so thank you for the support. Thank you for supporting Kozaks. And we hope you're enjoying the game.
KCC is given 1 penalty shoot, and they miss. They do, however, make the second one, and the score is now 17-10. Ball touches the wall, and Pasha begins with the ball.
Mr. Morgan wants to congratulate the whole team that they're doing a great job here. It is a very tough opponent, so there will definitely know that there are people supporting the whole team from all over the world. And current score being 17-10. KIS up by 7 points now. That is a huge lead for KIS at a very high stakes game.
Ball goes to KIS.
Playing the score now up to 9 points. Current score 19-10. A huge lead for KIS against this very tough opponent. A college actually, and KIS only being a high school with a lot of freshmen on the team actually. Right now on the court, it is the much more tougher guys, much more experienced people, the much more size-wise bigger guys, like Fane, who is a senior here. He also plays for the football team. We also have Dowling, who's a sophomore, but does a lot of working out. We also have Pasha, who's a senior. And we have Ishan, who's a junior. and Arnis, who's also a junior. Still with the ball. Coach Conover telling the team to occasionally put their hands down. Also giving some advice, I guess. I'm not really sure what it means, but I assume the players know what it means, and it's important advice to them. And current score being 19-12, KCC scored here. Still KIS up by 7 points, which is a giant lead. And only 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in this quarter. It's very, KIS is doing very good. Score still being 19-12. A pretty eventful quarter for KIS, who scored 7 points in this quarter. Not very eventful, but pretty eventful for the players, because getting a 7-point lead, that's pretty impressive. And KCC is still not being able to catch up. They've only scored how many points? They've only scored 7 points in this quarter. And current score being 19-12, 1 minute and 30 seconds to go. It looks like this quarter is dominated by KIS.
It seems as if KCC has caught up with KIS's skill level and are now neck and neck, and they can't break the current score.
That is very true, although I feel like it's more like KIS catching up with KCC.
True, but KIS was ahead of KCC the entire game. So KCC.
What do you mean? Like
in terms of points.
In terms of points. Oh yeah, KIS was losing only once when it was 7-5. They come with another point. They could have scored 21-12. Now up by 9 points again. I don't know what happened here with KCC. Well, the Kiev Communication College is not doing that well.
I don't think anything happened with KCC. I think just our team got really a lot better.
Yeah, I agree. And I also feel like KCC underestimated KIS here, because they won it last time. So they're like, this is going to be an easy win for us. Right? But here you can see it's not an easy win at all. KIS is still up by 8 points, even though he just made it into the free throw. So, never underestimate your opponent. 21-14 after the 2 free throws that were made in by KCC. And here we have Bo on the court now joining us. He is a freshman. He is from the US. And he's a great addition to the team. He hasn't played much important games, but I feel like coach is giving him this opportunity so he knows what the stress is like, how it feels to be on the court in a very important game. We hope to see him get more game time sometime soon. Here's Pasha with the ball now, going in for a free throw. And missing, unfortunately, bouncing off the rim against the backboard, down the basket. Not in the basket, but next to down the basket. Okay, you understand what I'm trying to say here, Vincent, right?
Yeah, I get it.
And the second ball, unfortunately, doesn't go in either. But it looks like Pasha will be getting an extra shot for a violation.
But I think KIS can afford missing these shots. They're already so far ahead. It won't make that much of a difference.
That is true. You can miss one or two shots, but you can't just suddenly start missing all your shots, of course, right?
That's true.
So KS can afford to make some mistakes, but they're up by 7 points again only. So just they should do their best, and they are doing the best. And
they need to keep their chin up, because even though
they should keep doing what they're doing.
Even though they're in the lead, anything can happen really.
Oh, exactly. That's a great point right there. I was trying to phrase that. KS up by 7 points and only 20 seconds left in this quarter. And travel by KIS, probably positive. Possession going to KCC. 9 seconds left in this important game. The KIS up by a lead of 7 points entering halftime. Now only 5 points, and the quarter is over. And KIS is back with what they had at the start of this quarter. So I suppose this quarter was fairly equal, since KIS came in with a 5-point lead and came out with a 5-point lead, making it probably a very equal quarter right here.
They have advantage on KCC in terms of score, but they also have a psychological advantage to them.
Okay, can you explain this?
They lost the previous game, and now KCC thinks it will be an easy win. So KIS has that edge, and now that they are constantly dominating KCC, it's sort of beating it down, and they can try harder and harder, but they don't seem to be able to do that as the score stays the same.
Yeah, I see what you're saying here. But it also looks like KCC is improving a little, because KS did get that in the first quarter. They got those 5 points, 5 points. Now they took with them to the second quarter. But in the second quarter, they didn't get any extra points. I mean, they were up by 11, almost 11 points. At one point in time in the game, it was 9 points, but a few times they were actually up by 9 points. Always going down, like fluctuating 9-7, 9-7. But then by the end of the quarter, it was 5 points again, and so KS didn't get any extra points there. So second quarter, I guess KCC is trying to catch up here.
They are, but I guess the third quarter will show how good this is.
Right, so we'll be back to you when the third quarter starts. I was trying to use a number. Actually, I think it doesn't. The microphone doesn't work. So when we disconnect, nothing happens. Yeah, but this one is being used right now.
Yeah, this is the camera.
So that's the whole place.
Correct.
Yeah, this is before the device. That should be set.
That comes from the camera.
No, I just connected in an interview. It's just... No, we can check. Hopefully you can hear a much clearer sound right now. We are attempting to fix a little technical issues we have here with our audio services. And it looks like the game is about to begin. Hopefully the audio is much clearer now. We will get that verified as soon as possible and hopefully try to fix any issues you might be seeing or hearing, depending on what you're doing. It's a little weird. It's the same idea. Hopefully by the next broadcast we can get a much clearer audio. Probably not crystal clear, but definitely a much better audio system than we have currently. We're not sure what's going on here right now. It appears like we might be using our camera audio, but at the same time we selected the microphone. It's just some technical issues here we're having.
It's a mess.
And we are back to the game. Here comes Warner's time for a back shot, making KCC really confused. KCC with the ball now. KS still with a 5-point lead. 30 seconds into this quarter. Current score being 21-16. For audiences just tuning in, I'm Philip, and this is
Vincent.
And we're here commentating the game and broadcasting, bringing it to you.
And KCC make a run for the basket. And they manage to score, bring the score to 21-18. And partial fouls.
And we have Mr. Hume working the music down there in the corner, and we have Elizabeth Morrow from the girls basketball team taking pictures around here. And I don't think there's anybody else.
And 3-point shot was made, bring the entire score to 24-18.
Current score being 24-18. Current score being 24-18. KS up by 6 points, increasing their lead by 1 point so far. He was standing right open right there in the center. That's why he's the center. Because he was right in the center open.
No, I noticed a pattern here. KIS always increase their score towards the middle of the game, and then KCC catch up to them, and the outcome always becomes around 5. KCC score, and now the score is 24-20.
KCC with the ball getting a little aggressive here.
A little too aggressive.
That appears to be actually a foul. And KCC will be getting 2 free shots. I'm not sure if I'm right or not. No, but it will just be a throw-in for KCC. Despite the fact KCC will be getting the ball in KS's territory. Current score being 24-20. KS up by only 4 points now, with a little over 3 minutes in this quarter and a little less than 5 minutes left. KCC now coming with a 3.1 shot, almost equalizing the game. KS up by only 1 point now. KCC really cutting down the lead there. Current score being 24-23. Flying, dribbling the ball around a lot of KCC guys here. And Dowling going in for a shot, but missing.
KIS kept their guard down, and now KCC is slowly coming up to them.
Now again taking the ball. He is once again topping player efficiency at 16%, topping most charts here for the KIS basketball team. Carnes with the ball rolling on the floor like if this was a soccer game or something. But KCC does get the ball, still rolling on the floor. It seems that the ball has developed an attraction for the floor, Vincent here. But finally with the ball again, and a player from Croatia, very valuable to the team. Here's Sammy with the ball now, trying to figure something out, but he did travel. He made too many steps right there. He was trying to figure something out, but didn't have enough time to do it. We have a little intermission here, a little timeout. We're at almost exactly half the quarter, with 3 minutes 58 seconds and a little milliseconds here to go. Playing some Java tunes.
Isn't that the song?
Yes, exactly, Vincent. That is the song from the play. This song has been featured in the school play that has been going on recently before the winter break. It was the sissification of Romeo and Juliet, and this was a very important song in that play. Here we can see a little audience that is on the side, on top of the gym top, because there's no more spaces on the benches below that unfortunately we cannot see with our camera. And Marcus is back on the court. Hopefully he's going to shoot us some 3-pointers. Even though Marcus does have a disadvantage, he's quite short, you know? And for a basketball player, that's a major disadvantage. But Marcus does such an outstanding job, despite that fact. And he's a great player and an amazing addition to the basketball team. He's a freshman this year and he's just joined the school. He's from the United States.
A word on being short in basketball. It can be a disadvantage in some cases. It's harder for you to make layups and such. However, since you're shorter, you easily maneuver through taller players who are generally more clumsy.
I see what you're saying here, and that's exactly what Marcus did in the Chinese League game that was in the Reef tournament that past weekend. And that's exactly what Marcus did. He just went through the players. The players thought that they would easily block him, but Marcus always somehow managed to get a ball into the basket, scoring 23 points in just one game. A game which ended up with 43 points for KS, I think.
And
that was amazing.
And the score is now 25-23.
KS up by 2 points now, giving us a little bigger lead, sort of.
And they're now up by 3 points
now. But this can be easily fixed for KCC. KCC can can easily now just score a 3-pointer and get back in the game. It's not such a big lead, but if KS does score another, at least a 2-pointer or a 3-pointer, or just a free shot, you know, it will be up by 4 points or 5 points or 6 points, and that will be a bigger lead, a much bigger gap, and harder to catch up due to the stress.
The game is just sitting on the fence. It could go either way right now. KCC is given 2 free throws. They make the first one.
Putting the score down to 26-24. KS only up by 2 points now, and with a little less than 3 minutes to go in this quarter.
And now KS
should
back.
consider getting a lead.
Wait, well they have a lead. That's by 1 point.
Putting KIS into the lead once again, 29-25. A lead by 4 points for KIS, an important point right here.
It's a very fragile balance.
That is very true, Vincent. Well, that was a terrible shot right there. It went way above the designated white line on the backboard and bounced off way high and right into KS's arms, but KCC still got the ball.
It seems as if they're exhausting all their resources. They want to just get the edge over KIS.
Now the KCC tried to cook up some magic right there, but they did not manage to do that. They didn't get the ball into the pot, the kind of ingredient for that magic. I don't know where I'm going with this metaphor, but it seemed appropriate at the time. Now I'm starting to realize it kind of doesn't make sense. But ball goes back to KIS, because KCC did not score and ran out of the shot score clock. Current score being 29-25 for audience suggesting more. Here with Vincent commentating. And with only 1 minute and 49 seconds left in this quarter, let's hope KS can get another point up there, or KCC will easily tie this game. Down here coming at with the 3 throws. I feel like this is actually second or first free throw of the match.
For KIS or for him?
For him.
I think it's a second, yeah.
Yeah. So Down is also a very valuable member to the team. He's a sophomore, and he's the youngest player on the starting lineup actually. Yeah. And he's from the U.S. and he'll be staying here probably another year, but leaving the team unfortunately after then. But he's a absolute necessity to the KS basketball team.
He's a good middle ground player.
Current score being 30-27. I'm not sure what's happening with that. Yes, current score being 30-27. That's a little issue with the scoreboard right there. KS only up by 3 points now. KCC here going for a shot, and they missed the first drive, but scored in the second one, putting the current score at 30-29, and KS only up by 1 point again. And with only a minute left in this quarter, KS should really consider adding just maybe 1 or 2 points to the lead, so they have something to start off in the next quarter, in the final quarter.
That was a very close shot. Seconds left in the third quarter. The score is 30-29.
Down with the ball, passing it right over there into the corner to Ishan, and scoring the point, putting the lead to 3 points, and 33 seconds to go. Let's hope KCC does not score and KIS does get the ball, and that's at least 2 more points here. We want to see that 5-point lead back here, because KIS has had 5 points, 5-point lead in every single quarter so far. Perhaps still do this in this quarter too, and they will win the final quarter with a 5-point lead. Kind of ironic, but that would be superb. Quarter, KIS with a 3-point lead. My prediction was wrong, but we will be back to you for the second quarter. Final quarter. Game is continuing right now. The quarter intermission was much shorter than expected. KIS going in for a shot, but that was a miss. And it's here again, Philip and Vincent commentating the game for you today. Marcus with the ball. Unfortunately, it's an out. But the ball will go to KIS. Marcus, this time on the starting lineup. That is a dramatic change here, as Marcus is now the youngest player. Switching for Frane, I believe. Nope, switching for Ishan. And that is a pretty big change. For Ishan, I'm not sure who he subbed in. Do you have any idea, Vincent?
I have no clue. I did not see.
Well, anyhow, Marcus is actually a great addition to the starting lineup. He is doing really well, and he did score a point or two for today's match in today's very high-stakes game.
And KCC
scoring here, putting the lead only to 1 point again. KIS still hasn't been losing in this quarter. In this game only once. They only were losing once when the score was 7-5, but they haven't been losing since. And current score being 32-31. KIS up by 1 point. Let's hope KIS doesn't go down and won't start losing, because once we know from history of KIS matches, doesn't matter what sport, but once KIS starts losing, they tend to give up, sort of. Not really give up, but
it tends to go down.
That point or 2 points, it tends to have a huge effect on the team, and they start not believing in themselves. And that's not something they can do here. That's not something they can.
It's not something they can afford to do.
Yes, that's not something they can afford to do. But so let's hope that doesn't happen. Or if that does happen, let's hope they don't put themselves down just because of that 1 point, which is easily catchable. Upon, as we can see, as being demonstrated very well by KCC here. And that appears to be a something.
KIS start with the ball.
It was a fall, but and KIS will be throwing in the ball. We are unaware of what type of fall it was. This game went by pretty quick. The game will end in about 6 minutes and 2 seconds, and it's only been going on for an hour. but other games have been going on for like an hour and 10 minutes or an hour and 15 minutes. So a very high-stakes game, trying to end it quickly, trying to get out there as fast as possible. And KCC with the ball now. KCC with the ball, trying to catch up that 1 point. That's all 1 point that they're missing to equalize this game. And if they do score, they will be up by 1 point. And here they come with that 3-pointer, scoring that layup here. 32-33. KS is down by 1 point, and this cannot. They can't just give up right now with still an entire 5 minutes and 14 seconds to go in this quarter. KIS must, and there it is. That's a beautiful point that KIS was missing. And KIS up by 2 points now. That was a beautiful 3-pointer right there. Without touching the rim, without touching the backboard, straight into the basket.
I think instead of taking the toll on our team, it's taking more of a toll on KCC. They're starting to feel the outcome and starting to put out as much as they can onto the field.
Yeah, that is true. Perhaps that KCC is doing everything they can right now to catch up this game, to equalize this game, to get ahead, to get a lead, to put our team down, to stress out our team because they know that we lost last time. But we are still winning in a 2-point lead here, and they're exhausting all their resources. And perhaps by the final minute or two, they will be out of power, and KS will be scoring a basket after a basket. That was a nice interception right there by Bonnie.
And fails to make a layup.
But on the that beautiful layup, making the score 37-33. KS up by 4 points now, trying to catch up on that 5-point lead and hopefully win this game with a big gap. Showing KCC that they are strong and that they can win this. Only half of this quarter left here. 3 minutes and 59 seconds to go. KS is doing very well against this tough opponent and against the stress of an enormous audience here. The attendance is almost as if it was the Friday's tournament that we had, that the entire of high school was invited to, and the entire of high school went to watch the games before winter break. Davin losing the ball now. Perhaps it was a stress. Perhaps he was fouled for something we did not see on camera here. But ball going to KCC. It looks like KCC will be getting away with a foul right there. Perhaps it was just Dan's hands that slipped the ball. But that's highly unusual.
Let's see if KCC will manage to get their points back.
And that was a terrible shot, but it was a fall. And probably KS. KCC getting 2 free throws. Number 11, who's been a pretty...
Let's see if they can get their score back. And first shot is a miss.
KCC number 11, who's been on a shooting streak here, misses his first free throw. Let's see how he does about the second one. He's a very good player. But he did miss both of his free throws, giving KS the advantage, keeping that 4-point lead.
They do, however, manage to score a point and bringing the score to 37-35.
Missing the last free throw, that might have been actually a strategy, you know. Some teams tend to miss because of the rebound can go to the other team. And also, they miss that point on purpose so that they don't get 1 point, but 2 points instead, because they can go in right for a layup if the rebound goes to the team. And generally, the team does that if they're a much stronger team, if they're taller and more dominant here. That's what KCC appeared to do, and they were very successful at. All of the size-wise, they're pretty matched up, and KCC still went with the strategy, or it might have been just random. I'm overthinking this, but
once the ball goes down, everybody tries to go onto the ball, leaving the teams a bit disorganized. Maybe KCC took advantage of that and scored a point.
Yeah, that is very true. And here comes three-pointer scored by Arnes, I believe, splitting the score to 40-35.
No, the scoreboard did not change.
Little issues with the scoreboard right there. Yes, there it is. 40-35. KIS up by that 5-point lead I was talking about. 2 minutes and 1 second left in this quarter. 2 minutes and 1 second here. 40-35. One of the teams is taking a timeout here. Possession will go to KIS after timeout is over. And that is the 5-point lead I was talking about. Now let's hope that KIS can keep this 5-point lead up and running, and they will win this game for sure. This game has been pretty equal all along to be fair and square, and a very tough opponent for KIS here. And KCC can now view KIS as a very tough opponent because KCC, the KIS Communication College, who's beat KIS before, is now losing. So this is very odd and very strange.
Perhaps maybe on the next game they might figure out our strategy and work around it.
But also we have a lot of games before we even get to see KCC game again.
And the game's
we don't even know if we'll get to see a KCC KIS game again. But yeah, but KIS will improve their strategies. And with every game you keep learning, you know. So
it doesn't have to be against the same team. You still bring the same values that you got from playing against another opponent.
2 minutes and 1 second left here. The quarter is about to continue.
I'm not sure what is taking so long. Hopefully the game can continue soon.
I guess there are some technical issues with the referees here, but the game appears to be continuing now. Yes, that is the whistle right there. We can see an enormous audience right there piling up behind, watching the game. It's a very tense game. There's also a game happening after this. So I remain been a part of it. The clock, the one clock ran out right there, and KIS took the ball fast enough, so there was no penalty for KCC. KIS still up by a 5-point lead. Arnes having some nice dribbling skills here, really confusing a KCC player, dominating number 21. And KCC couldn't get the ball, it dribbled away, but now Ryan was stripped off the ball, and KCC coming here, now bouncing off the rim. I was so tense. Audience here up here are so pumped up, as you can see from our little booth here. And it's a very, very tense game. I'll keep on repeating this many times, but it's really stressing. And it's a very tense game here. And that was another miss for free throw for KCC. It's probably the pressure and it's the stress, you know. So, and there another rebound. But the rebound went to KIS this time, so KCC won't be able to use that strategy I was telling you about. But yeah. KIS still up by 5 points. 1 minute and 9 seconds left in this quarter. Really tensing up. Really getting a little aggressive here. And KIS getting the ball here. Foul by KCC. Throw in from the side. Down will be taking the lead on that one.
Only 1 minute left in the game. This is the critical point in the entire game. And this is where everything
This
counts.
is 1 minute. 59 seconds, 57, 56, 55. A very tense game. KIS still with the possession here, not giving up the ball, going in for every opportunity they got. The rebound went to KIS, but Pasha and Donovan, they confused themselves a little, thinking that they're from opposite teams, and they crashed into each other, giving the ball away, but catching the ball again, and Pasha here with the ball now. There's a lot of heat being felt right now here, as you can see. With 31 seconds left in this quarter, 40-35 KIS up by a beautiful gap of 5 points.
And the timeout was called.
But I was a little confused here because Seven started, the coach Seven started. I think everybody else under the impression that the KCC team went in there for the half-time too. Anyhow, 31 seconds left, 5-point lead. It will be very hard for KCC to catch up, but it's not impossible. A three-pointer and a layup will do the trick. KCC going back to their positions while KIS is still on the court, going in for the general Kovacs spirit here, putting their hands up. KCC with the ball, trying to do everything they can in the last 20 seconds. Ball not going in. Ball going to KIS for violation right there. Coach Carver instructing his players to put everything they got in the final 19 seconds here. Push the players, not push literally, but push the players to the hardest. And stay with their players, stay with their man, stick to their man. Get that ball to the other side of the court and get it into the basket right there. "17 seconds left. The final 30 seconds feel like it's been an hour already. And it's another game stop here. 14 seconds left. I mean, situations like this happen in ice hockey all the time. 14 seconds left. The team pulls out their goalie, has an extra man, and scores that goal, making it go into overtime. And that's what KCC appears to be trying to do here. Now a sub coming in for KCC. This is the first substitution we see. Gaidamaka, number 13, is coming in and trying to do everything they can in the last 14 seconds. The referees are making sure to be careful with the time, and be careful with everything. They don't want to give any team advantage in the last 14 seconds. And now it's a very tense. You can feel the heat. If you're sitting in your seats, grab that popcorn, hold it on, because if KCC scores here, you'll be throwing that popcorn into the air. If you're supporting KIS, of course. If KCC scores and you're supporting KCC here, well, you'll still be throwing your popcorn into the air because you're so excited that KCC scored. But Pasha here with the free throw, putting the lead to 6 points, and this looks like this is it. This is it for KCC. If he scores the other one, a 7-point lead, and 10 seconds to go, that'll just destroy KCC. Any chance that KCC has, and there it is. That is 12 in the final court. No KCC here running across the court, trying to make it under 3 seconds across the whole court, and here going for a layup. And that was almost it, that was so close. But now putting the ball out, and possession will go to KCC. However, 1 second left, 1 second left. There's no way KCC can catch up anymore, but they can score just that 1 point. That's the final point. And that's it. That is it. Halfway in the clock time. Current score, final score being 42-35 after a very tense game. KIS wins this important game. The audience is so happy here, cheering the team on. KCC a little upset here, but it's alright.